What's up, everybody? It's another Mundane Monday with Ballbreakers Podcast. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. And don't forget to subscribe on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, and YouTube. Here's Floppy Rock.
Thanks, Trout. We're back in 4 different stews today, guys. Rocco is back. Fish is back. It's been a little while. I miss everyone in the stew, but first I want to catch up here. Chris, Earl, Doc, whoever wants to go first. Before I actually talk to them, we're virtual today. We're on Zoom. We're going to explain in just a second. But anyways, going back to the crew, Chris, Earl, Doc. What's up, everyone?
Yo,
Rocco,
what's good, man?
where have you been?
I haven't talked to you guys in a minute.
It's weird. You didn't show up to our studio recording last week, and then all of a sudden I checked my email Sunday morning and you sent a Zoom link. Are you okay? Are you safe?
We do that Omni, man. I mean, I don't want to speak for everyone on the pod, but I'm pretty sure that none of the Omni is affected to anything to us directly. But I know that there's people associated in our lives, and I know definitely in my life that the outbreak is getting like just all over the place. Like it's more rapid than ever. So we just had to do everything on Zoom because we weren't able to meet in person.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. So my girlfriend has it. My brother's like pretty sick right now. I can't tell if I'm sick or if I just sleep at 5 a.m. and wake up at 10 every day, or also like I also just got like vaccinated the other day, so I don't know. Like I feel weird because of that, but I don't know. But I don't really like feel sick. No, I just got like my first vaccine dose.
That happened to me today, Earl. I woke up like super stuffed, and I was like, but this happens to me a lot when I don't sleep, and I didn't go to bed till 4 a.m. last night, and like I feel fine, but I was like, I couldn't really like, and then I was like, I could have been freaking myself out, but because I didn't get good sleep. But I know what you're saying.
I think there's just generally a lot of stuffiness and allergies around this time anyway. But
yeah,
it's weird
because you don't.
It's like one of the first things that comes to your mind is like, do I have COVID right now? Just how it is.
Well, that's what's weird is like if anyone shows like a cough or anything, even if they don't have it, it's still like uncomfortable to be around that person. It feels like for other people. Everyone gets on edge, but that's why we're in virtual today. Enough of the COVID talks. That's not why we have this show. We have this show to get away from our daily struggles, and we're on the bigger and better things. How's the holidays with everyone? I know my Christmas, I was able to spend some time with some family, get some things, finally have some time away from everything, even though it was kind of self-isolated. But
so we asked everyone last week, Rock, on the show, how were your presents? So I guess since you weren't able to be there, what do you think was your favorite gift?
Oh, I got an Apple Watch from the girlfriend. It's funny. That's one of those gifts that I would never like buy for myself. You guys have those kind of gifts that you never buy for yourself, but if someone else got it for you, you'd be like, oh, that's kind of sick. That was one of those gifts. So I got spoiled there. I got a lot of dress clothes. I got this Mighty Ducks jersey. I'm actually probably going to put it on at some point in the pod, but it's a Conway jersey.
Have that on.
I should just go put it on. And I want to take a quick. Yeah.
Give me a minute. Yeah, I'm gonna do that too, boys.
Dude, speaking of like weird gifts that like you don't really like, I wouldn't say that you're not like super. Yeah, I guess something that you're not super excited for. But my girlfriend got me a pair of pants, and they're just like regular Nike pants, and I've worn them like every day since I had them. They're just black, comfortable pants, and it just creeps up on you like how useful it is.
My mom got me these pajama pants. I just can't stop wearing them. Like. They're fire.
That's a sick Chiefs jersey.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood today. Chiefs are on a roll. They're playing for the 1 seed. They're probably going to win because, I keep hearing all this talk about, Joe Burrow is better than Mahomes. Blah, blah. I heard it all. So we're excited for that. I'm in a good mood, ready to go. Got the Kelsey jersey on.
I know we're a part of a group who doesn't look at the new year with like new goals as like a thing. Like you're supposed to always be on top of those goals. But does anybody have any new ideas going into the new year?
New ideas.
Like, dude, I'm kicking. Like I went through like this entire time throughout winter break. I've just been looking through like spreadsheets I've been creating myself and just like I'm just a huge planner and I'm looking all over the place. And like I'm getting to the age now, and so are you guys, where I know I want to get a down payment for a home and stuff, and you look up like $20,000 for a down payment on a home, and then like what you got to do to buy a car, and it's like, dude, it's like it's time to start grinding and like start like saving a little bit of like money for some like actual goals that we didn't expect to pop up in our lives anytime soon.
I would I'd like to be moving out in the next 2 years. Something I didn't think about before. I mean, I keep saying it every week, but I got a job, and it's weird actually. I was telling the boys the other day, like it's weird getting a job, and then like I get paid for like doing the job because like the government was just handing out like free cheese for like a
Mhm.
year of my life. So now it's like weird,
Alright.
but it's cool at the same time. So yeah, maybe move out. Who knows?
Those are pretty good goals, guys.
I heard
I'm also on the moving out train. I'd like to move out by around this time next year. So
what do you guys look into when you, because it's such a broad thing to say, right? Moving out. But like what do you guys incorporate into like your ideas? Because like so what I incorporate, like I actually have a checklist of like I know a big problem when people move into new homes is not having everything at first. So like all those little kitchen utilities and stuff. Like I've just been trying to keep an eye and build a spreadsheet on everything that I wouldn't miss when moving out, or like having like maybe other like just like other types of goals associated with moving out, like whether you want a new car. Like I don't know, dude. I got a lot of stuff
Yeah,
on my
I
mind.
gotta cut you off because me and Doc can't stop laughing.
I know
Because-
it's throwing me
because-
off too.
No, I'm not
Because
laughing
you're
at
like-
you. I'm laughing at the fact that like I wish I could be that way. Like you are so just, and I can't do that. Like you know me, I'm literally like an idiot. So,
I
like,
was
Nah, but
laughing.
I wouldn't even be able to put a spreadsheet together.
I was
Like-
laughing, Rock, because you were telling us about all these things, and your eyes were like completely wide open.
Yeah, you were like, that was funny,
Yeah, well, dude.
but I
it's
wasn't
like,
like laughing at you. It's just you're very organized.
Well,
person, and that's
I mean,
Brian.
but seriously, what entails into it? Like those big ass
No,
things. when you
you're
talk about
right.
moving out. Like, what does that mean? What's your first steps?
my.
Well, I was
first
gonna
step
say
was- I don't know.
it's good, Ryan, that you have a friend like Rocco because he could share his spreadsheet.
Oh yeah, he
with
has. He shared spreadsheets and stuff with me
I
before
didn't.
when it came to like saving money and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you. Yeah, that's good stuff.
well, Excel is just fun.
It is
See, I don't
just
know,
a
it's
really
tough.
complex thing,
It is.
and it's hard to even put into simple phrase like the things that you need to move out. So you kind of need to have a spreadsheet like that with thousands of things that you need. So
Yeah,
That's a
like
good start, at
think
least.
about like if your spreadsheet doesn't have like spoons and forks, you're gonna move out and be like, damn, I gotta eat like a Neanderthal right now because I forgot to put sporks, spoons and forks on my spreadsheet, or even pots and pans or some little shit like that that you don't ever realize you ever needed when you left like your place that you're at now, or like something as stupid as like a lint roller. Like, holy shit, I don't have a lint roller. Now I'm
Mhm.
gonna be out linty as fuck.
No,
or an
right.
ironing board or something. They
Mhm.
go out with wrinkly clothes.
I'm sure.
You got that on there, Rocco? Ironing board and an iron.
I actually don't know if I have that on there. I can check.
Better write it.
Yeah, I can check and see if
Listen.
I have an ironing board.
We
Doc,
should just get a
that tip-
steamer instead. Steamers are top
Yeah,
notch.
steamers are
Wait.
cool.
what are steamers? Is that the one where you hang up your clothes on like a hanger and then you just steam and clean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like that. So then you just like go down like steam and then comes out like shh.
Is
and
that
then before
technically a
you know
dry
it-
cleaner?
No, that would be a steamer. A dry cleaner doesn't use steam. It's
That-
dry.
Okay, it's just all dry. I didn't know that. Like I knew
I
it's
never
dry
used a
cleaners,
steamer.
but I thought like maybe the steamer would be like instant, like it was just instantly dry on there.
Actually, I really have no clue. I just said that. I don't know how the process of dry cleaning works. It would sounds like it wouldn't use steam because it's dry, but what the hell do I know?
But at the same time, how the fuck do you clean something with it being
With-
dry?
with no moisture, right?
That's a little weird. But
I'll tell you what,
regardless,
my dry cleaning clothes come out perfectly every time too. I don't know what they do with them. They just come out
Yeah.
flat and perfect and fluffy.
and clean.
Doc, I was gonna say you'd be surprised how many people don't know how to use Excel. I mean, I would even say it's not even like a minority type thing. I would say it's 50-50 people, and I don't even use it like excessively. Like I really just use it basically, like I just line up my columns and stuff. but there's
Right.
definitely a lot of people.
So dry cleaning is very similar to regular home laundering. But a liquid solvent is used to clean your clothes instead of water and detergent. And the solvent is recirculated through filters throughout the entire cleaning cycle to remove impurities loosened during the cleaning process.
So what's a dry cleaning machine look like?
Let's see if I can find one.
Something about that is shady to me.
Hold on, am I?
They all have a bunch of different it looks like a washer. Like it's just you know what I mean?
But instead of using water and detergent, they just use a liquid solvent
Yeah.
instead of water and detergent.
Does
Yeah.
anybody have any I guess like counter goals this upcoming new year? Like something you want to stop doing?
Yeah.
Stop sleeping in past 10.
That's
But you
nice.
can't even really do
I
that,
like
can
that.
you? Because you have to get up for
Yeah.
work.
No, well, so when I say that, I mean that when it's like in my control. So like on the weekends, like I really don't like sleeping in that much at all. Like on the weekends, I feel like if I wake up at 12, I truly did waste like half my day, especially in the winter when the sun goes down in 5 hours.
Yeah, well, between 10 and 12 is a pretty big difference when
It
you're
is.
waking up in the morning, in my opinion.
But like girls said, I'm there with them half the time. We're just up late playing a video game or something, just therapeutically trying to use our minds, and then we just go to sleep late.
I want to start working out again. I don't do that anymore. That's not something I do anymore at all.
You haven't been
Since
working out as much?
No, well, since I started work, I start at 10:30. So if I wanted to work out, I have to wake up at like 6 and then probably work out at like 7 because my sessions are like 2 hours long. So I do like 7:30 to 9:30. Then I have to work at 10:30 until 7. And I would never do it on the other end of the spectrum, like work out at 7 at night. That's just too late for me. I don't like doing that.
That's tough.
That is tough. When you brought that up, I was thinking about. Have you ever thought about getting a home gym for yourself so that way it's more convenient for you? Have you ever thought about doing like a livable bar set or something?
During the height of like COVID, like 2 years ago or March or spring or whatever, I did have like a little setup outside, like during the spring because it was nice out, and it's cool and all, like because it gives you the option, but like it also gives you the option of just like stopping and then just going onto your couch that's 3 feet away and having
Yeah.
a beer instead. So it's tough. Like I personally wouldn't like to work out in a home gym. That's just me.
I asked because I was on Amazon and I saw these adjustable dumbbells from like 2.5 to 55 pounds. And I was like, yo, that would be so useful to have in the house if you were to like try to get a quick workout in that wasn't cardio or something per se.
I mean, I have dumbbells. Like I have like a set of 5s, a set of 10s, 25s, and I think I have a set of 50s, but I just don't ever move them. It's just like, nah, it's just so hard in the house.
I feel like it gets steamy in my bedroom too if I were to
I
leave
agree
that
with
stuff
that.
there.
I personally like being in the environment of the gym. I don't know.
I agree with that as well. I think half the battle is even just getting up and going to the gym. So
Yeah.
It's funny
No.
though, like when I ever get my own like home, I would love to have like a garage, like a detached garage gym. Cause then like it's really not like near your house. It's like you got to go out there into your backyard or into like
Yeah.
your side, and you can play music as loud as you want in there and whatever you want. You'll have a lot of space. Like, so I guess I would do a home gym if it was right for me. Like if the space was right, if it was big enough and all that.
I just wonder, do you guys plan on setting up having everything you like need at your house? Like, are you guys the kind of people that like if you had everything set up you need at your house, like your gym, and then like you had your groceries delivered to you and whatnot? Would you guys want to live? Would you guys feel safer being at home that often, or do you guys actually genuinely enjoy going to the gym, getting your groceries, doing all this stuff? I'm asking because I feel like there's some days I like setting up my house to where I don't have to leave the fucking house the entire day. Like everything's just right in front of me. Like what if I could just work out at the gym right in front of me? Never
and
leave
it
my
is
house.
possible to do that. You can
Now.
have your groceries delivered. You can have a home gym. Personally, I think that everybody's different, but I like to go to the gym just because it always like takes me a lot to actually get there because I'll wake up I'm going in the morning, I'll wake up and I'm like, I don't have to go to the gym, you know. But then once you're there, you're there. If you have a home gym, I'm weak-minded, so if I had a home gym and I'm working out in it, I could just stop 5 minutes later and be like, ah, fuck it. But if I'm
Like,
at the gym, once you're
yeah.
there, you're there. So I'm working out, you know. And I think it's therapeutic going in the shop right and walking around and picking out stuff that you want to get. Um, Grocery shopping is like I don't mind it. I actually enjoy it.
hmm
So I would definitely split it up. But then, I mean, if the option's there, you can get it delivered if you really want, you know, depending on how you feel that day or that week.
The only thing I would say about grocery shopping is that like I don't mind doing it, but I also don't shop for like my household. Like when I
Right.
go grocery shopping, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go get like this and I'll make this for dinner tonight and eat this for lunch tomorrow. But then like I always my mom always has shit here, you know, like that I don't think about, like, oh, I could eat this today instead, right?
That's
But like
fact.
you don't shop for like your whole household, I guess. So like when you do move out, or if it's just you, you might not buy those little things that like your mom or your brother or whoever buys because you don't really think about that shit as often.
Do you I actually have a question for Doc or Earl. Do you guys have like a small, because there's a lot of people who have a New Year's resolution to go into the gym like just after the New Year's. Do you guys have like a small thing you would say to somebody to start out if they like haven't had much gym experience before?
Um, well, so what me and Doc do is kind of different, even
Yeah.
though we're all just worried about general fitness. But like,
No, but
so what I
you guys have a routine to what you do, and you've gotten to a certain, even though they're completely different, you guys got to it by a routine and by building yourself up over time. So I'm asking you, like, what would you say to someone who may have just started at the gym? Because a lot of people drop off and say February, March, and they're like, I can't do it anymore.
Well, I mean, I go to a public. Well, Earl's goes, I guess, technically a public gym, but like, how do I explain this?
You guys don't give yourself enough credit. I mean, Doc, I don't think people listening to the podcast truly know like you were fat as hell growing up.
Still, I'm fat.
No, but you're not. Like your health has literally transformed. And like I don't think you give yourself enough credit staying on task all these years.
Yeah, I mean, I've had times where I like just didn't go to the gym for months because if it's summer or it was just I didn't want to go, and you can see yourself, okay, well, I put on some weight, and then like you said, like I have a weird like mindset where like sometimes I like that happening to me because then it kind of forces me to like, okay, now I need to go work out and do what I have to do and eat better and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't really know what to say to someone that's new. I guess like don't really worry about like how strong you are or how like you know what I mean. If you can't put up a certain amount of weight, you can't do this, can't do that. Another thing is, I feel like some people take for granted is like you could like ask people for help at the gym.
I was just gonna
Like,
say that.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
there's people there that know what they're doing, and if you don't know how to do a certain workout, like it's not weird to be like, hey, can you show me how to do this? Or hey, like I've done it before. Like it's not weird.
Real quick, if Earl had anything to add, I actually had a guy when I very first signed up for Giant Fitness. I was in the Lindenwold one before they built the one closer to my house, and I was squatting, and a guy actually came up to me. He was like, "Yo, keep your toes a little more in." And I was like, "Yeah, thanks, man." He was like, "Yeah, we're all here for the same reason." And I was like, "Bro, what?" A guy just came up to me, like that kind of gives you a boost of confidence too when somebody says that shit to you.
I would just tell people maybe two things, three tops. The first one, like, you know, if you guys don't want to burn out of your New Year's resolution, if it is a fitness goal, is like you got to just kind of keep showing up. Nothing's gonna progress if you guys just don't, right? So, like Chris said, you show up there. That's half the battle. You put your music on loud, and then you just throw some shit around if that's what you're doing. Or it doesn't even have to be like in the gym. If it's just fitness in general, you're like, oh, I want to run or something, or I want to walk this many miles a day or this many steps. Number one is just you got to keep showing up. You can't burn out after, let's say, it gets to March and you're like, yeah, my New Year's resolution is cooked. Well, probably is because you didn't show up. That's like number one. Number two, I would say to people is like, it's really weird how to progress in the gym, because it's actually in like a backwards progression. You never like see yourself progressing. It's always like an end goal, right?
Yeah,
In
that's what I was
fitness.
about to say.
You don't look at it as like a lifestyle, is what you're saying?
No, I think more so it's just like everybody has like a concrete goal in fitness, but I think it has to be more liquid. Because you can't just say like, okay, my New Year's resolution is by March 1st, I'm gonna run a mile, right? Straight. But then like you don't think about like you have to be a little more liquid in it. So let's say if March 1st comes and you can't run a mile straight, then you'll get upset with yourself, but you have to run a half a mile first, or you have to run a quarter mile first. Like there's other small things that you need to do before you can get to that final concrete. So that's why I think it has to be more liquid, and goals have to be realistically set rather than just moving quickly through it, or to it rather.
And taken lightheartedly. Like if you don't reach it, time to adjust.
It's like so many people who are like, they might not see results in the first month. Well, you're probably not going to see results in the first month, and kind of like you got to just keep going. Like he said, it's more of an end goal than a short term like goal. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could have short term goals, but
I get nervous going to the gym thinking that I'm not in terms of working out itself, not the act of going to the gym, but like over time I get anxious that maybe I'm missing a body part that I should be working on or whatnot, and that there's more like I feel like I'm not as dedicated to the education of working out and understanding my body as I should be when I am working out. Like I feel like I might be focusing too much time on my chest or my biceps or shit like that.
I still do that. I can't say that I like explore the freaking educational part of it. I mean, I do because I learned about it in school because of my degree, but when I'm at the gym, I might not like, if I don't feel like doing legs that day, I'm not going to do them, which isn't good, but like I won't do it.
Like I get nervous, like
good.
my calves are going to be a little smaller disproportion, or maybe even like my forearms, like little stuff like that, like over time.
I think that's why cardio is so important, because it's just a culmination of fitness, really. If you run for like as long as you can, that's a phenomenal workout. It really is. Regardless of if it's on the treadmill or outside, that's just preference. But as like what you said, Rocco, if you're running and doing cardio, your calves are going to be fine, you know. But as far as weight training, that's separate, and I'm not very well informed on that either.
You guys have
just do a couple and then go to the treadmill or elliptical machine.
You guys have a preference between weight training and cardio, like that you want to do? Like you prefer to do one over the other?
I think it differs for me. There's some days where I like really enjoy like going on the treadmill and like not running, but just, walking, running, doing it all. Because me, like I like to like I walk on incline, then I'll run, and walk, run. But I also like really like lifting weights. So it's like I'd rather weight train, obviously. That's like the fun part of it.
Yeah, I would much rather weight train.
Yeah.
When what do you even call it? When like the lockdown ended, I was just feeling like really weak, and I actually didn't do anything but weightlift. Olympic style weightlifting for like 3 months. And I got strong as fuck. And weightlifting is just better because the results are more readily available. Obviously you go to the gym and bench press for 5 weeks straight, you're going to see your immediate results when you put more weight on the bench press. Like it's just more easily seen. And that's why it's more satisfying, right? Because you go in there your first week and it's 135 pounds. And then likely by the end of your 5-week cycle, it's probably going to be 185. You know what I mean? If you're doing the right stuff. But that's why weight training is really a turn on for a lot of people. The results are so readily available.
I only have one last question on this gym topic, because again, I think it's very interesting for a bunch of people's New Year's goals. Do you guys record your weights for each body part, or at least like, I know you guys definitely probably remember them like week after week or whatever, but do you guys try to record your weights that you rep and do sets of each week?
I don't. I know Earl always makes videos and stuff with himself lifting.
Well, he makes videos.
No, he's asking like, do you have like a
notebook?
I mean, you don't, or not even a like notebook or
log.
No, I used to like a couple of years ago. I started doing the notebook thing, but then I kind of got like Like it was just like, you know what, like
Not because
I
you
don't
didn't
need
like it,
this
it's just
to
an extra
know.
step.
Yeah, it's just like something that's like, why do I want to like do my workout and then right after, right, and then do my workout right? Like, I don't need to do that to know where I'm at or what I need to do.
The only reason I do is that my program and coach at Deep Athletics, they have a program and app actually that they tell me what workouts I'm doing and I log my weights. Some weeks they give me my weights that I do, and then I progressively build to whatever my end weights are going to be within the cycle. I know that just probably sounded like Chinese.
No, that makes sense.
But usually in like Olympic weightlifting, there's like something called a mesocycle. So it goes for like 13 weeks long. So then you start doing as heavy as you can, and then you do weeks of percentages. So the first week I would do 70% of whatever I did the first week, and then 75, and then 77 and a half. And then I would just progressively go until that 13th week. And then I would find out how strong I've gotten in those 13 weeks based on my logged weights. If I was doing it kind of like how Doc is, where he was just working out at like a Globo gym, just like your Planet Fitnesses, your Giant Fitnesses, something like that, I personally wouldn't log my weights, because I think if you're not following like a program like that, it's easy to just go in there and do what your body is feeling like you should do that day. Because at the end of the day, it's just about like your general physique and stuff like that, right, Doc? Like it's not so much about like you're working out for a performance aspect.
Yeah, no. I mean, I know mine is just, I mean, I've never been that kind of person to care about how big my muscles are or how like, I mean, I care about how I look, but not like I was always one like, yeah, but like it's more of a personal thing. Like when I feel myself getting stronger, I know that. Like I don't care what my shoulders look like. If I know their shoulders are strong, like, who cares? You know what I mean?
And like we're saying now, like we're talking
everyone's
about
different.
Yeah, we're talking about our goals. So there's obviously like strength athletes and endurance athletes and CrossFit athletes, and then bodybuilders who are worried about more physique. So it's all individual to your goals. But just like me and Doc were saying, you just kind of keep showing up, keep sticking with it. Don't get like weaned away because your progress isn't there or whatever like that. You kind of just got to show up, turn your music on, like Chris said, and make it loud. And I promise you'll have like a decent, anything is better than nothing. We always say that. I mean, we've been told that since we were like 10 years old. Anything's better than nothing. So
I heard a quote some time ago, and it was, "Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20." So that stuck with me. If you're getting started and someone else is, especially for working out and going, especially if you're going to a public gym, because you can go to a Giant or Planet and see a guy in the corner lifting like 900 pounds, and you're like, whoa, will I ever be able to do that? Maybe, probably not, but
well, and I like that quote especially, Chris. I like that especially because we were like Rocco's talking about like, oh, I want to move out. And we're around that age where everybody is doing different shit. So like we have a lot of friends who have moved out already, right? But you don't want to get down on yourself because they've moved out and you want to, you know what I mean?
Comparison is the worst thing you could ever do to yourself.
Yeah, that quote goes for a lot of
but it
facets
is
of life.
also nice. There's like different types of comparisons. Like there's downwards comparisons and upwards comparisons to others.
It depends how you, I meant like comparison generally leads to people shitting on themselves, when in reality you could take the positives of a comparison. Like you could look at somebody who might be ahead of where you're at and say, all right, maybe that's something I want to work towards.
Yeah, so that's called a downward comparison, where like you basically look at someone and then feel like you're inferior to them. And that's definitely what you want to avoid. There are positive types of comparisons, some that I don't remember because I took a class about, they talked about this sort of stuff. But yeah, you should never look at someone else's life and say, oh, I feel inferior to that. Like, no, you should be striving to get to that instead of feeling like, damn, instead of feeling down on yourself.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of that's all predicated just off of like being in your own head and self-isolation.
I think a lot of it has to do with just balancing your mental state. Because if you think about it, there's days where you wake up, you feel sad, depressed, that kind of thing. There's days where you wake up and feel really motivated and want to do things, complete your objectives. It's really all about balance. That's one thing I've learned over this past year of working especially working from home, because there's some days where I wake up and really don't want to do anything. But then there's days when I feel motivated to do a lot. And I think that the days when you're feeling unmotivated, you have to find that balance to give yourself the motivation. And that goes for working out, your relationships, your job, all that kind of stuff.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, man, I hate motivation. I don't think it's useful, man. I think I talked about this however many episodes on the podcast. I talked about it on Instagram in one of my posts.
Can you tell me why?
Because motivation is only temporary. You get up and you feel like, oh, you know what? I'm motivated today. I'm going to go do my errands, or I'm going to go to the gym. Like, if you're disciplined, you'll do what you're supposed to do every day.
Mm-hmm.
I
like that.
I see
motivation versus discipline.
I see what you're saying. I feel that. I wouldn't look at it as a negative though. I would just think, like, for example, would you look at being happy as being negative?
What?
No.
It's temporary though, right?
I see what he's trying to do. Yeah.
It's a temporary.
But the
That's
only
an
thing
emotion.
is if let's say, okay, today is January 2nd, January 3rd, it's the new year, I'm motivated now. But then, like, if your motivation doesn't turn into something like discipline,
that's
you'll
artificial.
lean off.
That's artificial motivation. Like, there's nothing like, I know, like, so the way that I interpreted what you said was you used New Year as an example, which I'm not saying that that's your overhauling example, but I would consider that like empty motivation. People say it's a new year, it's a reason for me to have motivation, but towards what? I do think there's a permanent motivation where, like, for example, with me, like, say my house is to want to move out, or my goal is to want to move out soon. Like, I had a profession a year ago that I absolutely hated and didn't see myself even being there before I can even picture some of these goals. Now I'm at professions where, even though they're stressful and I have my bad days, I genuinely do like both of my professions. And my motivation is high every day just towards that specifically to get towards my goal. So it's not empty. I feel like there's just different kinds of motivation, or it could be steered the right way.
I guess I would turn this back on you and say, like, if every day you were motivated towards that goal, then wouldn't that just be discipline? Because it's every day. Like, I'm talking about motivation. Like, okay, I just watched Rocky 3 and Apollo Creed and Rocky got together and they fought Clover Lang. You know,
okay, so
and then now I'm like, yo, I'm going to go run through a wall for the next 5 days. But then after your 5 days, you're like, man, my motivation's out.
When you go on that path, I can say I've had so many days where I've had like such a head high from watching the end of Rocky 3. And then like maybe an hour later, I'm just ready to go to sleep. I do know what you're talking about there. That's hard.
Kind of what you're getting at is that long-term motivation is just discipline.
Yeah.
Right?
Like I'm always big for one, like, you know, you're supposed to do what you want to do, what you say you're gonna do. And you know, you can only be motivated for so long, right? And like Rocco's saying, like, we're kind of saying the same thing, but I'm taking it another way.
He's on this side and I'm on this side, and we're kind of meeting.
Yeah, no, like Rocco's saying, like, every day I go to work and my motivation for working, even though some days I hate it, is that I want to move out. But technically, I would say that is now transforming into like discipline, because you wake up every day and you go to work, you show up there and you do what you're supposed to do to move closer to your goals. So that's like, you're just disciplined in doing that now.
Mm-hmm. I like that though.
It's so crazy. Like, I'll actually roll over on my bed and then just instantly open up my phone, right, for like maybe 5 minutes. I know you're not supposed to do that, but I do it. And then the first couple of things that come up are like some inspirational like quotes on TikTok. And everyone, like, if I tell this to some people, like, a couple people might be like, oh, that's cheesy, like you're looking up the inspirational quotes. But bro, like I'm watching, like, I know he's dead now, but like I'm watching Kobe Bryant like talk about his success as one of the most fierce mindset people like of all time. Like, why wouldn't I listen to that advice? You know, stuff like
that Mamba mentality, man.
Dude, he even said he even said himself, he was like, the journey is those days where you wake up and you don't feel like working. Like, it's the days where you wake up and miserable, because if you turn yourself around from that, like, you're just going to be better each day. And I'm like, damn, you know what? So basically the whole point of that is what I'm saying is there have been days in the past where I felt like I had a shit mood and it actually took over my entire day to where when I start watching these videos, I'm actually able to adjust sometimes throughout my work day. But dude, I'm telling
It's
you,
like what I was saying before with balance.
yeah,
You have to
exactly.
find that balance to offset those feelings.
Dude, I actually just kind of want to watch motivational quotes right now. And there was one that Kevin Hart said something that related to yours, Earl, where it was like, stop being a talker, like just be a doer. Like I'll do that shit on Xbox sometimes. I actually try to cut it out right there. Like, oh, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. And I think to myself, you're such a bitch. No, you're not.
I want to watch Rocky 3 now.
No, but seriously, like people, like that's just, there's so many people listening. I'm just going to call everyone on blast right now. There's so many people listening to this podcast that are talkers that literally say, including myself, that literally say, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do, and they fucking don't. I've done it too. Like you just, there just has to be a time to stop talking. You got to start doing.
And the new year is perfect time to start. Let's do it. Let's be doers.
That's facts.
It's true. I mean, I hope, our main thing here, man, we want to make people, feel different emotions, and our bio and our podcast. We're just four guys talking about anything, everything. We're like Marvel, Chris, Ball Breakers podcast. You might get excited, you might laugh, you might cry, you might feel uncomfortable, or you might feel inspired. You just feel all these emotions listening to our podcast. Who knows? Maybe Rocco just lit a fire under someone's fucking ass.
Yeah, if I lit a fire under anyone's ass, could you send Doc a DM?
Yeah, please tell Doc all your New Year's resolutions.
Tell Doc,
He really wants to hear, and
you can send it to Ball Breakers or Doc.
But probably just Doc himself, because he's always there for everybody if they ever have anything to talk about.
He'll amp you up.
Yeah, text me,
stuff.
Instagram me.
Doc, that TikTok.
Yeah, actually, we're gonna post his number on the Ball Breakers chat.
No, we're not.
Instagram, I meant.
That's fine.
That TikTok, you nailed that parlay was sick. That was actually a sick.
I made it myself.
That was actually a really sick, little parlay you just pinged out.
So
I was trying to tell people that it's like, I know everyone sees my bad picks, but they don't see the good picks.
My girlfriend's dad texted me Monday morning. He works at the early hours of the morning. He's one of those gets up at 4 and gets to work by 7 or 6 or whatever. And he listens to the podcast on his way to work, and he was like, yo, man, what a shitty time to not have a live episode. He was like, because I would have been all over that shit.
I know. We got to do that soon.
But yeah,
a live episode.
What a hit, Doc. Congratulations. Chris was a rider with you. I am not a believer, and I'm also poor in between jobs, so I didn't take it. It's probably 50-50 about there, because I could have sprinkled something on it, but
I actually retired from gambling because I would find myself once a month just throwing away $20 on a single bet that I like and always just missing. I should have just listened to Doc's locks.
No, you shouldn't. Actually, yeah, you should.
No, this year, your newer
game more responsibly.
Your newer rendition of Doc's Locks has been sick. We should actually, it's something we got to talk about. We should get you a logo and a nice little transition with a little jingle, Doc's Locks. And then next thing you know, you just pick a Doc lock.
The Doc, yeah.
Yeah, something super official. We get your super official. We have your all-time record, then your super official record. Now that you're on fire and primed up, you're just going to be winning records.
Listen, it's a new year, so I'm 0-0. I'm 0-0. So it's a new start. New year, and I'll be back better than ever. You know what I mean,
dude? This show,
maybe I could put it on right now. Post it. Another touchdown.
I was gonna say, Doc, what do you think right now? You got another one? I mean, it worked out perfectly last week. You hit it. We found out on Monday you won. You got anything cooking up for us today? I don't want to put you on the spot. You can honestly tell me just to shut up, but
please don't be put on the spot, because then that's where the picks fall bad.
I do have something in now, but that's 1:00 games. I'll have to look. I'm actually kind of streaming the Chiefs game on my phone. So
what the fuck? Are you kidding me?
What? It's a big game. I sound like I'm not talking here.
Wait, who are they? Who are they playing again? They're playing Cincinnati, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Joe Burrow, baby.
I'm gonna have to just go on FanDuel. You're right. I don't know. I could cook something up in the next 10 minutes. I could do it.
If it makes
I
sense,
can.
man. Listen,
What about like in the next 3 minutes?
3? Come on, guys. I can do that too.
for all of
What do you
our
want me to?
the
What
last-
do you want?
last
What do
week-
you want though?
You already had that bet in, Doc, last week, so it's
No, I
You
didn't.
didn't-
I put it in out live on the podcast.
yeah, but the
Yeah.
podcast isn't released on Monday.
No, I know. I'm saying like I didn't. Oh well, I already have that bet in. Yeah, like for that day.
Like
Right,
like
like
we're
you-
giving you credit,
you
but the
just
people didn't
shared
have
it
an
with me.
opportunity.
no,
So you want
yeah,
me to-
I'm saying something different, Rocco.
What do you want me to do right now?
Nothing.
Well, Earl asked me to do something. What did you want me to do?
We just want you to give us a lock if it feels right. If you're forcing this lock, then we'll give us.
Yeah,
the lock.
you don't have
Oh,
to,
I
like I
got one.
said.
Cardinals plus 6.5.
What time do they play?
4:25.
All right, yo, post it.
Now you post it.
What the fuck? All right, fine, I got you.
You haven't done dick.
I got you. You're right. You're right.
Yeah, you have been missing the last like month. It
We
feels like.
haven't seen you.
Just
It-
randomly, we get a Zoom link to our email, and I guess that's a
4:25
Notification.
p.m. I could do it. I don't care.
have we has it been 3 weeks for me?
Yeah, 3 weeks ago.
There was a girls
Yeah.
episode. There was you guys and Vic, and then there was a week. There was a week off, right?
There was a week off, and then a girls episode, and then Vic.
And then Vic.
hmm
It's been a little while for me.
So here you are, Rock.
Yeah, oh, you guys got to see me for the new year. That's kind of sick. New year, new me kind of deal. Like we should have had a giant promo come back, like me, like pointing out into the sky like that, like new year, new me kind of deal.
I actually tried to do a really weird promo on Instagram. I guess I'll just tell everyone listening, but I asked Rocco to send me a picture of him fully in the nude wearing a Santa hat, and he just never replied. I was gonna post it on Instagram, but never got to me. Just saying.
There's a lot of pictures.
What
I
a
can't
shame.
reveal. Yeah.
No, I'm sure if you guys have made it this far listening and you heard that was supposed to be our Christmas, like Merry Christmas from Ball Breakers, and it wasn't, you're gonna be really upset. So you guys can always lobby and get together and say, Rocco, do it. You know, we'll try to get it out to you.
All right. All right.
But yeah. So
Well,
what do you
New
guys
Year.
what do you guys
Why
gotta
don't you
say,
take
man?
us-
No, I think
Let's
me
go,
and
man.
Doc should just compare facts real quick.
Oh shit!
Doc's not ready for that, man.
I don't
I
even know.
have one.
Do we even have a record? I don't even know if we have a record. We've been falling
It's
behind on
it's
this
a
one.
new year. Why don't we just restart, man?
All right,
New
yo,
year,
Doc.
new record.
Yeah, I'm down to do that. Well, this is going to be super organized, poll set up. We're gonna get all right. Cool, let's do it.
All right.
Unless Chris wants his segment back. Chris, you want a rematch?
Ooh.
Nah, it's all right. You guys go.
Ooh. Yeah. All right.
All right, Chris.
Well,
I mean, I don't mind taking
wasn't-
it.
I don't have a fact. I mean, I have some off the top of the head on like Doc, but that's
We get it,
not the
dude.
point.
Like- yeah, but I have to go and do research and be useful.
No, I got it right here.
Yeah,
All right, I have
So you
one
do your-
too.
do your thing.
Doc fucking looks like Josh
Mine,
Peck.
mine's short and sweet.
Go ahead,
Alright.
McGregor.
All right, I'll go.
All right. You don't even have a fact, do you? Look, you look.
No, I got
see-
it.
Look, your
No,
eyes
I have it
looking
right
at
here.
what
I
fact-
have it right here.
All right.
Dentistry is the oldest
Oldest
profession,
profession
in the world.
Wow.
Why'd you do that, Ryan?
Doc wins this
Okay.
week.
Why?
that
Because
gonna
you
be your
read my
fact?
fucking. Are you on the same website as me, bro?
Nah, bro, I knew that.
No, why?
You
Because
know-
you scroll
you
down
know-
the same 30 facts all
Yeah,
the time.
you
No
knew how
shit,
many
you were gonna
pages
read
I-
it. Maybe that was cool to other people.
What's
Yeah,
still
you
out there?
don't have to go and sabotage his fact, Ryan. What's wrong with you?
No, that's fine. I'm down against the odds. I'll do it. The dentistry is the oldest profession in the
No,
world. I
you're
don't give a
not.
f-
I just said your fact. That doesn't mean anything.
You took
That's-
away from my side of the story.
That's just not right, Doc. Oh,
Yeah,
that is
again,
messed
repeat it.
up.
Repeat it.
What the fuck's repeating gonna do? They know the fucking fact.
Now read yours,
well-
Doc. Asshole.
I'm mad.
So you can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from more than 2 miles away.
I should have just cut it away.
Yeah,
That was a shitty fact.
I know.
That is a shitty
I think it's
fact.
pretty cool. Like, imagine just being in the ocean and like there's a blue whale 2 miles away and it just boop, boop,
Well, if you knew
No,
this,
like you wouldn't hear it like with your own ears. Like they're just saying, like if you were like looking for a whale's heartbeat, you could hear it from 2 miles away. Like you don't get in the ocean and think like, oh shit, he's 2 miles away. Like that's not how that works.
no, I think Doc's right.
No, I am right.
I think what I was going to say, Earl, was that sound travels way further and faster in water.
I mean, if you were, but I'm just saying, like if we go to Wildwood this summer, we're gonna be sitting on the beach like 2 miles away from a blue whale. We're not gonna be like, holy shit, we can hear that heartbeat. Like now, they're like looking for the heartbeat when they make this.
You're saying like no other sounds are made, like they're just like
No, like yeah, they're like perfectly fixed in on this blue whale's heart. Like it's not like regular everyday people can just hear when a blue whale is 2 miles away from them.
It's like you hear a consistent, and you're like, oh my god, blue whale, approximately 2 miles away.
Rocco. So I actually work. I work in dental insurance, and they were telling us about dentistry, and basically like somebody had a toothache on like the Christopher Columbus's ship, and they took it out, and insurance started right then and there because some rich guy on the boat was like, "Yo, if this guy takes your tooth out, I'll pay for your procedure in like 10 months," and that's how insurance started with dentistry.
Dude, I see. This is a kind of subject where it literally takes my mind to there's just like a completely different level. The first thing I think about is like cavemen having like toothache pains,
like troglodytes, right?
and what they had to do. Because I'm sure I can guarantee you there were so many gashed out teeth because they couldn't deal with the pain anymore.
Well, yeah,
I
it's
mean,
also
they were just troglodytes.
But
That's
like what
also
I'm
why-
saying is they took a boulder probably a lot of those times and were just like and then just like knock their teeth out.
yeah, that's why they only lived till like 30 back then, maybe even earlier than that, because they just had all these health disparities that nobody knew how to. I mean, when they were Egyptians were giving people brain surgery, just like literally splitting their head open and looking inside, and then 10 minutes later, like, damn, the demons got him. Like, no, idiot, you crushed his head open and look at his brain.
Bro, that is weird, right? They just use that as an explanation. I have a scenario for you guys. What do you think would happen? Like, I'm going to make this as simplistic as possible. Let's just clear out everybody from this earth. There's 0 people. And then let's just say that there's the United States and Canada. And let's say there's 100 Homo sapiens, like people like us in the United States, and 100 troglodytes in Canada. And they ended up all just meeting each other. What happens? Is it war? Is there civilization because they're people? What do you guys think happens?
We are like highly intelligent individuals compared to like mongoloids, and
Right. Would they think that we're threatening? We wouldn't be able to talk to them.
we would eradicate them.
Do you think the Homo sapiens would eradicate the troglodytes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it. Yeah. You just said it
Like,
yourself. Like this guy.
I'm smarter than them.
You
But
just
I'm not
said this
talking-
guy has a toothache and he just punched himself in the face with a rock. Like we're winning all day.
All right, but
Yeah,
I'm not bringing in I'm not bringing guns in the equation. Like I'm just talking about like 100 people meet 100 people at first. Like, what do you think the instant reaction is? Like, do you think?
Are you saying? Do you think that the troglodytes would try to kill us?
Or vice versa? No
Or-
guns involved or anything.
Or we just like live in harmony.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all human beings, right?
Or we just teach them how to speak our language and give them food and water and shelter?
Well, we're
Make
just
them
an
friends.
evolved version of them. Like we are them.
And they are us.
Oh shit.
I don't know. This is a crazy conversation. I think we're gonna need to revisit.
Could they give birth to a Homo sapien? Like if a troglodyte had sex with a Homo sapien,
Yeah, it's still just a
Yeah.
human.
but the brain wouldn't make sense.
Why?
A troglodyte's brain is exponentially smaller than the Homo sapiens.
How do you know?
Where do you come up with this logic?
This is what that was literally the difference between the troglodytes and the fucking
It's like
Homo
evolution.
Why are you
Yeah.
yelling?
because your doc's like, what the fuck did you get this information from? Like, I got this information
Doc
from when
is
we
an
had that
asshole,
episode.
so-
It's Doc, isn't it, Doc Earl?
Well, I'm
It
a
is
believer in like
Doc's a troglodyte.
what is it like nature versus
get along
nurture?
with them.
Like, I feel like you'd be able to like raise your troglodyte Homo sapien kid to understand the world we live in.
That shitty question was just based off of dentistry.
Yeah, because you're literally the most awesome person I ever met. in my life.
Rocco, tell me something right now that you want everyone to walk away from this episode with? And then I'm going to go around. So, Doc and Chris, you can think about what you want to say. It could be something as stupid as watch Cobra Kai on Netflix. It could be like, anything.
Speaking of, that's why I was up so late last night. I watched like 6 episodes of Cobra Kai.
I watched 6 episodes as well so far.
I want to be
Good
candid.
stuff.
I want to be candid. This goes for me as well. Stop making excuses and stop fucking comparing yourself to other people. It's time to look at your goals and what you need to do for yourself and grab life by the horns and just go do it.
Chris?
That was good. I would say to take this new year as an opportunity to improve yourself and be the best version of yourself and make others happy. I like that a lot.
I think, yeah, making others
Ryan,
happy.
what's our takeaway, man? What do you want to drive home to our people?
Go get it, man. You want something? Go get it. Don't sit and wait for it to come to you.
And
It's yours for the taking.
lastly, I will say I posted something on Instagram about progress. We talked a lot today about goals, what your goals are. The thing about progress that I would say is that it's actually realized in reverse. A lot of people, they are always constantly fixed on how far they have to go. But you'll never understand your progress unless, you look back and see how far you really come. So you shouldn't be looking at the end goal. You should be looking back and see how far you've came. So that's about it. That's all I got for you guys.
I got to show you guys this Christmas present that I got real quick. This thing's fucking sick. You ready for this?
Okay.
I'm like actually scared to see what.
Yeah, me too. Oh, if you guys aren't tuned in on YouTube, though, we're not in the studio. Our Zoom recording will be here. What the hell?
You gotta be kidding with those things.
That's it.
What are you gonna
Go
do?
Ball
with them?
Breakers, baby.
Oh my God. Ball Breakers podcast. Here we are.
We're out.